Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Bill Williams, and we are fortunate tonight to do another one of our interviews with Ash Mufareh of OnPassive. Of course, OnPassive is the company of the year. I think for the future, they're going to be the company of the decade. It's going to be good. Tonight, we want to talk about, in our interview series of People Want to Know, we want to talk about small business. What is the solution for small business that OnPassive offers? Why OnPassive is attractive to the small business world? So Ash, let's get into that, and we'll spend a few minutes digging in on that specific topic right now.
Good evening and good day, Dr. Bill Williams. It's a pleasure always to connect with you. That's a wide topic. It's a broad topic, but in short, we are living in a transformation between the traditional way of doing businesses to a digital type of world, operating businesses throughout the world, and still going through that. And perhaps the future is more and more digitized, and people are focused more on their business activities and business practices more than the being conditioned to this transformation. So they over deliver on the finances and the business setup and all of that, but they undermine the biggest part is how to operate this business in a digital fashion. And because of that, we saw a massive opportunity that we can offer a global solution to all those businesses by having a one platform, one-stop shop that has all the collection of all the tools. It's a real complicated thing. It's not one or two things. And in business, in leadership, in finance, in marketing, in humanitarian, any area of our life, it's really not one thing. So it's a set of skills, a set of tools always. And I think we will be able to save so much time and money, cut time and money for those small businesses and perhaps larger enterprises because of the completion aspect of OnPassive. Remember, that's the first word of OnPassive. It's C, which is for complete digital solution, and we are simply one statement. We are CATMO, C-A-T, CATMO. That's like a complete digital marketing solution, the complete internet solution, complete digital solution in every area you operate your business. And it comes with a financial benefit. That's the MO, the money aspect. And that will equal your total freedom. Freedom is not one part. It takes time freedom and financial freedom. What a beautiful concept. So we kind of nailed it. So businesses no longer have to spend a lot of time on sifting throughout so many elements and trial and error, what works, what doesn't work, costly process. So that will really consume their time. So that's why there's a lag nowadays between like especially new businesses. By the time they figure out their theme and their flow, they are already falling behind, and they don't have much time. Small businesses or new businesses, they don't have much time to adjust and settle and thrive. They really have the first year or so. So if they don't have a faster track, or they don't know what to do and where to go and what tools they need and the professionals to operate those tools, then it's probably likely going to be a challenge to them. Not going to say they're going to fail, but if they, on the other hand, if they find a paved track for them, somebody's done it before. They know exactly what works, and it's kind of customized to them. One big part that they also would receive traffic, because they're also conditioned to acquire traffic or customer acquisition the old way, advertising, publications, mainstream media, all that worked to a degree, but there's a cheaper, faster and larger audience now, larger attraction if we do it rather online. So we have a perfected solution that has all the tools that was tested, was proven to work in one place, run on autopilot. So there's no need for the learning curve. That can take a while. Those who are interested, there's no problem, but we have automated the process for them. Yet we also give them that boost of traffic, guaranteed visitors to their businesses and websites or locations. And then there's a big concept with saving money, potentially earning money. I think it's a game changer. That's why I kind of find it hard to understand if somebody would resist or would take time to overanalyze OnPassive. In my eyes, it's a no-brainer. That's one of those.
Yeah, one of the things that I come to mind thinking about when you go through that litany of benefits and features of what the small business is going to have at their fingertips, I think about the full armor, and they've got everything they need to be successful. They've got the offensive weapon, they got the sword, they've got the spear, they've also got the defensive weapon, they've got the shield and the helmet.
I love
They've
it.
got things that they can do to ward off, trouble, but they also have the way to forge forward in business because you've got every answer in the OnPassive ecosystem. So is that fair to say that you don't need a lot else once you become an OnPassive member, a customer, and certainly if you're a founder, a user, you're going to have quite the arsenal to do business.
What about like a rocket booster or a tracer blade, if you wish, or something? I believe it's really about speed because money runs on speed. Businesses run on speed as well, and they like speed. So time is the biggest asset we have. Time is the only thing that we cannot recycle. So if we are able to save a lot of time, the searching, people often spend a lot of time searching for lost and or even unfound things, especially for the first time. So if we're able to give them a one-stop shop immediately to what matters and what works, and our objective overall is to make sure they don't need to go to another stop. They don't need to go to another shop. Just like one stop, they find everything. So if they need anything, and we do it from the eyes of those users, the business users, or the individuals, or the nonprofit, or governments. So we do it from their eyes, their needs. Whatever we see that it is necessary, we add it, and we try to avoid the complexity or the to overwhelm the platform. So we want to keep it light and easy and simple, but at the same time complete. It's quite a challenge. I mean, as we know, the genius is to turn something rather complicated into simple, and I believe it's a brilliant platform. I mean, we can humbly say that.
Yeah, it's my opinion, Ash, that you're going to be considered the Henry Ford of the IT world because you took a handmade custom thing and made it into something that's smooth and automated, and you can deliver a product to the masses a lot more efficiently, and so it becomes the dominant player in the world based on those factors. What about time? How much time is it going to take for a small business owner to learn to implement these things? You're talking automation and AI and machine learning support systems. How long is it going to take to actually get into this and use it as a
I
user?
mean, it's a two-parts question. I love to address your analogy of Henry Ford. That's about 100 years ago, and it created a trend. And what I really like, I admire in that what that generated, not only in the country, but across the globe, the roads, the infrastructure, it's a revolution in every sector of our aspect of our life. And I believe, as in some degree, OnPassive can have that, similar effect. But of course, it's not in the automobile industry, but it can connect businesses, consumers, also students and educators, all elements of humanity in a faster process. And what it will drive around it, okay, we're not going to have roads and bridges, but it's possible due to the financial effect, and then the humanitarian side effect of OnPassive that we will draw with us, that also will be impactful. It can generate, I mean, it can be literally visible. So they created, or Henry Ford, invented the car, but not necessarily the roads and all of that. That came as a reaction to, but what overall that definitely changed our life forever. And now when businesses are able to focus on what they're good at, delivering a better product, a better service, instead of getting exhausted to find out the best tool or vehicle. So I like that aspect. I really admire the analogy. So whatever is available on passive, it's already plug and play. There is no learning curve or process involved. Our goal is to make it in a way elementary, just plug and play, literally just a switch, turn it on, and then those who would like to learn to use it manually, they can drive manual perhaps, but I find it like it's straight to the point, to deliver the product, to have consumers put them or connect them with the company or the business, and at the same time, have a faster pace and definitely simplify the process. So they would be definitely more effective. Yet, when we're talking about there is the MO in OnPassive, there is that financial reward by using the OnPassive platform, not only the saving part, but also earning, which is quite astronomical. Now, I find that it will give them that additional stimulus package nonstop. So whatever lag or fluctuation in their business, that can be filled from that from the OnPassive income.
Income speaks loudly to people. People want to know, is there something for me on passive if I'm a member? And the answer is yes. There's a financial incentive to become a member. And some people ask, how much can somebody earn as a founder? And you've often said it's unlimited what you can earn. It's just a matter of how much you want to do, how much effort you want to put into it. But the company's going to help build the business for the people that are founders. Now, what will they do for the users? Will they be focused on helping them too?
Yeah, so you cannot undermine one element. So I kind of like I'm amazed how sometimes or occasionally you hear some businesses, we're going to do it with you or without you. We don't have that philosophy. Theoretically, every part in this process is a much needed and it's a necessary. The founder is a great element and pillar of OnPassive. The customer, the reseller, the company, the human power that run the company, our staff, our engineers. It's all a complete cycle. So we cannot undermine one of them. So it's we complete each other in a way. So what OnPassive will do is will lay out the foundation, and obviously some businesses and some individuals may get creative or take advantage of the simple process, and that will definitely give them a higher motivation or motivational boost to to have fun with it, to enjoy the process rather to be stressed out and have that competitive mindset or risk factor. Because if there's a risk, so first of all, there's no risk. It's a very affordable cost, and it's like a one-time, more likely to be one-time out-of-pocket transaction. You can really have a hard time to beat that. And whether you do or don't, it is going to move. But perhaps if you do, that is going to be a higher pace. And then we go back to the time cycle. If I can gain time speed, and instead of reaching to where I want to go in 3 years or 3 months, that's a big deal. What can I do in those 3 years?
Some people are asking questions like on the marketing, if you're a business user of OnPassive, are they going to be needing to pay for their marketing? Is it part that's built in? How does that work for marketing to come into their growth factor?
Yeah, so that's our background. So we know, so it's almost a seamless process. Okay, so if I'm in OnPassive, things that I do every day, I'm having them laid out for me and automated in one place, in one platform. Yet it gives me the ability to add my additional, say, sources, or whether income sources or hobbies or any income opportunity, if you wish, products, services, anything of my interest. I can definitely add that to the marketplace of OnPassive. It can be company-wide, it can be just dedicated to your own personal network. That can be redundant in a way, and it can save you a lot of time. Is in my opinion. I mean, the best analogy to that, you heard the word two birds in one stone, but it can be literally 20 birds in one stone. And OnPassive, it's one process. It's fully automated, yet you can add more luggage and more weight to it, and it can handle all of that simultaneously. So I think marketers and our fellow marketers would be having a lot of fun with it, because and it doesn't, as we know, there is a risk involved when it comes to marketing different avenues, especially new things. So they would definitely, some I like to venture myself, but it's no longer risky, because if something doesn't work, I'm rather still safe. I still have home OnPassive or other things that are probably more sustainable. But if one or two ventures don't turn out as we expect, and we invest some time or money on them, that's not going to put us out of business, as it used to be in the past, and we have to start all over again. But now, I mean, we can minimize the risk.
Yeah, that's the point a lot of people need to hear clearly, is this is not a one-trick pony. This is a herd of very hopeful unicorns.
Like a
Now,
wagon.
yeah,
I mean,
a
you're
wagon
in the
train.
South. So yeah, exactly.
What about the 40 or 50 business tools that are being developed, the platforms, the services? Will the company provide a video training for each individual tool and platform so that people know how to use these?
Wonderful. Okay, so we are AI IT company, or rather, we are originally an information technology I mean, supported by artificial intelligence. Now, that is the main concept. So we're not a tool company. We're not a set of a package. That's it. We're going to develop this, finish it, and this is all we have, and we're done for life. No. Meaning we're going to continue to create and develop new technologies as we go, permanently, long term, ideas, new modalities, new inventions, and we have a ton of them lined up. What we know is just the surface. barely. So also we go back to the learning aspect. I know if you want to make something accessible from all walks of life and backgrounds and cultures and all of that, ages, millennial versus baby boomers, we have to make it super duper simple. We have to make it really easy. So the basics are run automatically. If you never lift a finger, pass joining or setting up your account, if you never lift a finger, you're going to be okay, because you don't have to set up a domain name. You don't have to figure out the hosting, the NDS or DNS, the domain name server, or you don't have to figure out which hosting package it's going to be live, or what type of hosting you need. Past that, uh, build a website. That is all done for you. If you never type a word, it's done for you. Past configuring or setting up your account, meaning pay, activate the account, connect to wallet, you're done. If you never lift a finger, you have a complete business run on autopilot. So not that we're going to do it manually. We created the technology to create those by artificial intelligence for every user. So Dr. Bill Williams, join OnPassive today. You're done creating your account. You will be able to choose a domain name you would have suggested, but you just click one. Okay, and then from there, that domain name is already hosted, in the best possible options, not something that is barely okay or just to hardly make it okay. Then you are going to have content on a live website that's a URL for you, branded with your name and everything. Now that is connected with forms and registration forms, so it can actually capture customers, potential prospects, the whole 9 yard. They will be followed up with, which is, again, that's a main thing. The as they say, the money is in the follow up. In any business is in the service, educating. Now, you don't have to explain. Based on the language, the region, the country of the user, OnPassive technology will communicate with the new joinees based on their language and region. And little by little educate them, and plus what we have in the back office is tutorial fashion in different languages that will walk them through what's available or the benefits, to also motivate them, encourage them to follow you on that direction. Therefore, they can own their business or build their existing business. Uh, and if you watch, so far you're not doing much. Now, every other element, all the way to the top, to the most advanced, whether technology, whether tools that we provide as a company, or communication methods, and everything we do, it is run on autopilot. The company's doing that anyway. You don't have to lift a finger. So the result of that is benefiting you passively. That's the key word. So we develop the technology. It runs day and night, doesn't get tired, and then you benefit from that. That follows those who we actually send, the visitors that we send to your website and to their website and so forth. So it's a beautiful cycle. It's fully automated. Now, you may come and say, I have another thing. You may want to add it, but it's not like you have to be techie or like an IT wizard. You don't have to be. It's simply drag and drop, plug and play, and everywhere you go, you're gonna have an icon as a video, like a tutorial tour. This is how it works in different languages. You follow it. It's 1, 2, 3. I mean, a big portion of our creativity goes to how can I make something so complicated, turn it into super easy and simple that any level of skill can manage to run and operate that.
Yeah, I know. I had a client today ask me, "Do I have to know medicine to be able to be in OnPassive? Because I'm a doctor." And they go, "Do I need to know what you know?" So I was glad to share with them that this is for anybody and everybody. It's for anybody that's over 18 years old, and it's anybody up to 85 and 3/4. After 85, you probably should rest. But here's a question.
But have fun with OnPassive, because we're going to have the social element in OnPassive, and you can always make friends, and it's a good environment. It's positive, uplifting, and it's better than watching TV. Depressing.
That's true. There's so many different tools. It's not all business. A lot of things are going to be so fun. And does a person have to pay for each tool they get, or is just, I know the answer, but I want you to really tell them about it. Is it one fee for each tool?
You pay, you own the world. That's what OnPassive is. That's it. Everything you need to communicate, to learn, to educate, to earn, to connect with the world, to promote your business, to any activity that goes around your daily life, today's life and business. It's already on OnPassive in one package. Once you make that payment, the light goes on.
Pretty special. Can a small business owner sign up as a founder under their business name?
Absolutely. There's no restriction. People can have multiple products of anything. OnPassive is a product-based company, and you can have as many products as you want.
Do you think an existing IT company or an existing marketing company will use your product and services to create value within their current business?
I don't know why not, because I don't, to my knowledge, there's not a complete companies there. So if they're focused on the customer acquisition, so meaning they may have some customer foundation there, but it's not utilized since not everybody is yet digital in today's businesses. But we are in that transition. So I think whether they provide one tool or two or five, I don't think they're close to half of what we have. So they will have something to use. But furthermore, you want to look at it as like where people go. If you want to shop, if you want to get busy, you want to have fun. I mean, in the old days, you want to go to a mall or to the square or downtown or something. But where do you go nowadays in this digital world? I mean, you go online, and I perhaps believe that if we're a large crowd that is connected, and there's a massive benefit from that. So OnPassive can be very tempting and appealing, very attractive. I don't want to compare it to certain names, but there are so many other platforms. Yeah, they might have the traction and traffic, or they're rather congested or busy, but it's a time-consuming activity rather than something that I am evolving or improving or advancing in my life. I'm just like sucking my time, and it's literally like slow death in my opinion. So we don't do that. We want to make sure we save time and we focus on the good things that we do. Together, we're connected in a very positive way. So I believe if we are the biggest crowd in this neighborhood called the internet, so they will have a good reason to come and see what we're doing.
The future is bright. The world is being pulled together tighter, closer, because of the work that you're doing. I foresee that one day that there'll be a brotherhood of people who can say they were founders of OnPassive, and everybody's going to look up at those guys and goes, "Wow, like you were like on Kitty Hawk, and there was the Wright brothers walking in, and there you were." They're going to see OnPassive as one of those breakthrough times, and who knows where it's going to end up, but it's definitely a startup coming up in the end of this year, right?
Absolutely. The OnPassive brothers are not two. So we can be hundreds of thousands, and from all walks of, what a good diversity we have. All walks of life, it's like over 200 countries, every language, every religion, every color, every generation. I mean, it's something that I'm very rather proud of. Like we're connecting humanity in such a positive way, and sometimes I think, isn't it supposed to be this way a long time ago? We're in 2021 and we still have this division, so it's about time. Finally, we get it right.
Yeah, it was a League of Nations.
OnPassive is the first one company that gets it right, I guess.
Maybe so. Well, I hope I hope all you guys listening will appreciate all the facts and figures we've talked about related to small businesses' interest in OnPassive. It's for everybody, small business, large business, the individual home business, and also the individual at home who's just taking the internet and surfing. There's going to be a lot for you too. We'll talk about that on later videos. So join us. Be sure you subscribe to the videos so that you can keep up with all the good news. Thank you, Ash, for being on for another session of What People Want to Know.
Thank you, Dr. Bill.